We hadn't planned to come across before year 7. We were looking for a high school, but once we started taking a look, it just made sense.
Why would we wait until year 7? It'd be a seamless transition into middle school. We were looking at schools in the Bundaberg area for our oldest child. As we started to look at high schools, we started to research, what high schools were around. We had a curiosity, I suppose, to come and check out the school. We'd heard that it was a good school. So we came along to an information night and we met with the principal and some of the teachers, and every student we saw and every teacher we saw just demonstrated this behaviour that we really liked.
And then we came along to a transition information evening looking at the year 6s moving into year 7. And during that process we noticed that the year 6s from St Luke's Anglican School that were looking at transitioning into middle school were really excited and confident about taking that step. But there are other kids from other schools like ourselves that were looking at middle school for St Luke's, and most of those kids looked nervous and unsure about what this big step was going to look like. We realised that we really wanted to come along sooner. We just kind of went, well, why wait? Let's move now and give them that excited, confident step to get to year 7 rather than the I don't know what I'm in for.
The early transition for us wasn't something we ever imagined we would do. We were quite happy to sort of have all of our kids in the primary school and then, like everybody, start to transition one child at a time through to high school. As we started to look at the reality of that, the idea of having 4 kids and one child now being in high school, the other child being in a different school, I think we started to realise that the disconnection in the family was massive.
When we transitioned to the school, it was made really easy because it's actually a small school. All the teachers knew the kids straight away, and the children already knew friends from other sporting activities, so it made the feeling of belonging really easy.
I've been at St Luke's for about a year now. It's been really good. All the teachers have their own way of making learning fun.
I think the teaching style at St Luke's Anglican School brings out the best in children.
All of our kids are very different in how they learn and how they behave and the things that they need. And the school has been able to adapt the learning to suit each of their personalities.
What I liked about Year 5 was maths. There's a thing called Math Pathway. It takes you to your own level of maths. You can start from where you need to.
The kids came into an environment that was a high performance culture where they are all encouraged to have a go and do their best and apply themselves, and that is evident in routines, in the way the teachers conduct themselves, how they talk to students. They are trusted and held responsible for their own learning, but they also have a lot of opportunities and freedom. So they're allowed to move around the classroom, they're allowed to ask questions, they are more active at the school, and all those things mean that the kids are more engaged and they seem to learn quicker and enjoy themselves more. So having 4 children, there's some similarities between them, but there's also different personalities. Oscar tends to like things that are structured and orderly, and he's thrived under the rules and boundaries that are set here. Hugo tends to really like the variety, and he's quite creative and hands-on, so he loves Rubik's Cubes, but also origami. He's learning skipping skills. So if there's a challenge set for him, he will go his best at it. And so he's had lots of opportunities to extend himself sideways as well as forward. Lucy has started learning the violin. She picked up so well that she did 3 performances with her class by the end of the year and has followed that on this year. And little Leo in Year 2, he has access to a one-on-one device in the classroom, and so his learning on how to be responsible with technology has been outstanding.
Initially it was a big change for us, and to be honest with you, we weren't 100% sure how it would go. We had our concerns. They were quickly put aside once we started to meet with the teachers and see the difference in the kids every day. They came home from school excited. They came home from school ready to do their homework. In the mornings they're up early, their clothes are laid out, they've got their bags packed, their school lunch is done, and they're just asking, can we go? So from a family point of view, the energy and excitement around the school has been massive. And for us as parents, just the conversations we're having with the school teachers, even with the tuck shop at every level, every conversation is empowering, it's encouraging, and we really like that culture as well.
The children are comfortable in the space that they will continue now through to Year 12.
What I would say to a family looking at the education for their kids in high school, you start your research early. Definitely come and check out St Luke's. It's worth coming and talking to the teachers and having a tour.
We know that we've made the right choice because when we look at our kids and how they participate in class and how they come home at the end of the day, they're excited, they're tired, they've learnt a lot of things, but they can't wait to come back the next day.